Let me get one thing clear, I do not hate this movie, nor do I think it's even bad in any way. The cinematography, the soundtrack, the acting, the fight choreography, the look of Gotham, and this representation of Batman is actually pretty good. He's the only live-action Batman that's followed the no-kill rule in the way I wish some did. I am looking at you, Ben Affleck. Or like Zack Snyder, really. It wasn't Ben Affleck's fault, but like, my god, that interpretation of Batman was so close to being good. It was so close. Even my second favorite Batman movie, and one of my favorite movies overall, The Dark Knight, doesn't really follow this rule in the way I wish it did. All that being said, there's a lot in this movie that, in my opinion, ruins everything. The most important thing, the thing driving this entire movie, being the mystery. The mystery fucking sucks. So we start off the movie with the Riddler killing a man with a carpentry tool. He leaves a note for Batman containing a cipher and a riddle. What does a liar do when he's dead? He lies still. I'm just gonna go through all like the actual individual riddles in the movie just because I think they're kind of cool. I just don't think they contribute to the overall plot, and that's kind of my main problem. We'll keep going. Alfred and the Batman figure out that the cipher says drive when you take away a lot of the letters, which combined with the fact that Riddler cut off the man's thumb leaves Batman to find a thumb drive. On it, he finds pictures of the Penguin and some girl. He then knocks on the Iceberg Lounge. I repeat, Batman knocks on the front door in this movie. Doesn't seem very Batman to me, but we'll keep going. Batman finds the girl, follows her home, watches her change, shame on you Batman, and follows who we now know as Catwoman across the city, ending up back where the murder happened. She was stealing her girlfriend's passport, and the two return to the apartment to find no girlfriend. Riddler's live stream plays on the TV, for some reason, and he's all like, "You guys think that's crazy? Well, I'm not done killing people." Catwoman knows the man, and that leads him to the 44 Below lounge. Gordon shows Batman a dead guy injected with rat poison with a note and a cipher. The note reading, "Follow the maze, find the rat. Bring him to the light, you'll find where I'm at." This is like the dumbest part of the movie when this gets paid off, because it's like the only bit of foreshadowing, and it's the most obvious piece of foreshadowing in the movie. We'll keep going. There's so much more to read right here. At the 44 Below lounge, Catwoman gets a man to talk about the rat and reveals stuff about the Maronis. That man then gets a bomb put around his neck. Alfred solves the second cipher saying, "You are El Rata Alada." Bruce Wayne goes to the mayor's memorial service where a car crashes into the building. The man from before comes out and the night falls as Batman steps out to defuse the situation. And the bomb. The Riddler is calling from a phone, and the hero and villain finally interact in this movie. Like 40 minutes to an hour in. I don't remember, but it's like a really long time in this movie, and Riddler and Batman are just now interacting. Batman also looks hilarious, by the way. I can't get over how he looks in the corner. Riddler says the man needs to answer 3 riddles in 2 minutes or the bomb will go off. It can be cruel, poetic, or blind, but when it's denied, it's violence you may find justice. If you are justice, please do not lie. What is the price for your blind eye? Bribes. It's bribes. Since your justice is so select, please tell us which vermin you're paid to protect. And this goes unanswered. Batman takes the bomb point blank to the face after having more than enough time to leave, and ends up in the police precinct. He escapes and casually takes a metal bar to the skull going 20 miles an hour and just walks it off. I get he has an armored suit that probably dampens the impact. That is not enough for a metal bar going into his face at 20 miles an hour. Gordon and Batman then find that the Penguin is El Rata Alada and find a drug operation he's running. Catwoman finds her dead girlfriend in Batman. I don't know why I'm laughing. That's how I wrote it in the script. Catwoman finds her dead girlfriend and Batman chases Penguin across a public road. This is definitely the best part of the movie in my opinion. No notes. Peak cinema. Penguin then says it should be law, not L.
Do you even know what URL means?
Again, the play on words is cool. The meaning is URL Rata Alada, and Batman goes and gets the website. The best part of this movie is the riddles. He texts the Riddler, and Riddler teases Batman for being a dumb little orphan. Maybe. If he knows. Batman goes to the orphanage and finds a projector playing Tom Wayne's mayor speech. Alfred blows up and Batman would like to solve the puzzle. He meets Catwoman on that one rooftop and reveals that Falcone is her dad. Yikes. Her and Batman kiss. Girl, you just saw your dead-ass girlfriend. Why are you so horny for this man? Riddler then reveals footage of the Wayne's family's lies. Bruce Wayne goes into the Iceberg Lounge and asks Falcone about it. Falcone says he killed a reporter for Mr. Wayne. And then he goes to Alfred, who says, no, he didn't. Thomas Wayne didn't want that. He can't be a morally corrupt billionaire. Those don't exist. Also, Falcone might have killed his parents. Batman, Gordon, and Catwoman meet on the same fucking rooftop, and Batman finds out that Falcone is the rat. Catwoman goes for Falcone and tries to kill him. Batman stopping her and arresting Falcone. Falcone being brought into the light. reveals Riddler's location. This is still so dumb. The play on words brought into the light was fine, but why was he just up there the entire time? And also, what if they brought Falcone into a different light? What if literally anything about this sequence of events happened even a little bit differently? It's like, it's the master plan in a movie where they just make everything make sense for the villain's plan. Like, instead of it feeling like a very well thought out and thought through plan that will work on every level and is inevitable, it's just like the villain controls the movie, and I never like that concept. It happens all the time in superhero movies, and I don't know why people forgive this superhero movie for doing the exact same fucking thing. What if Batman knew Spanish and the time just didn't line up? Riddler gives himself up and leaves a note card with the tool he used in the beginning. Riddler asks for Batman in the asylum, and the hero and villain meet face to face for the only time in this movie, with a glass barrier between them, after the villain is in prison. Riddler also says he thought the two of them were partners. This doesn't make like any sense at all to me. Riddler's whole character is that he wants to prove he's smarter than Batman. But if he thinks they're partners, why bother? Like, I get that he's crazy, but it feels like unnecessary fluff in the movie when Riddler is just like putting together riddles and stuff for Batman to solve. But like, if you're on the same team, just fucking tell him, dude. Be more rational in this situation. In the movie, he tries to use Batman to orchestrate his plan. Would that not work better if he didn't fuck with Batman? If he knew? It works so well if he was so smart he could figure out Batman was Bruce Wayne and use him to tarnish his own family's legacy while destroying the city they worked to create. No. Instead, this movie tries to walk a thin line of Riddler being smart and insane at the same time, while also trying to keep him level-headed and have a super thought-out plan. Why are you also trying to make it seem like he has any sort of good intentions at the same time? I get that this movie plays on Batman and his enemies' intentions coming from the same place, but don't waste a character to make a point. I'm a good guy who's just trying to make a change by destroying the city! But like, in a good way. Anyways, Riddler reveals that there's 20 minutes left of the movie and Batman solves the mystery. Just kidding, some random cop says his family member was a carpenter and everything we've worked so far is rendered useless as the first piece of the puzzle solves everything. What if that guy told Batman that at the start of the movie? Literally the entire movie wouldn't have happened and Batman didn't play into the movie at all. The mystery just solves itself because, oh, my uncle was a carpenter. Fuck you. Literally, everything we've seen so far of the movie wouldn't have happened if Batman knew a bit of carpentry. No foreshadowing, no hints of what to come. Just the main mystery locked behind knowledge of carpentry. Hey, so while editing this, I realized that he actually couldn't have told him at the beginning because, like, you know, he gives them the tool after he's found. But I still don't really like that he's the person that solves the mystery and not Batman, because it's just like, to the viewer, it is still locked behind carpentry knowledge. Like, if you don't know carpentry, you're still not going to be able to solve it until it's revealed at the end. So it still doesn't really work for me, although I was a little bit wrong. So just, you know, take for that what you will. How about Riddler targets a few carpenters, and one of the puzzles are also the blueprints to the floorboards and where to lift them. Anything that you can see and theorize about how the movie will end. Instead, we get a few word puzzles that are well made but say nothing about the actual mystery of the movie. This is what I mean when I say I like the fact that it's a detective movie, but it's a shitty detective movie. It's also not a good superhero movie since the only fights we get are between henchmen and the hero and villain never even have a face-to-face interaction besides when the Riddler's in fucking jail. And now all that's left of the movie is a mandatory third act action sequence where Batman takes multiple sniper bullets no problem and is then incapacitated by a shotgun, a less powerful weapon. The city gets flooded, Batman wraps up his pretty good character arc, and movie over. And also Joker's at the end. I know. That was a lot, but there was a reason I said all of that. Anytime I say anything about this movie, all I get are people telling me, you never watched the movie, you don't understand it, did we watch the same movie? I watched and took over 3 pages of notes for this video, and while I think that's a kind of lame way to watch something, if the movie is a mystery, then taking notes should make it make more sense, not less. I should look at the beginning of the movie and think, oh my god, how did I miss that? Or wow, that makes so much sense. But all I really think on rewatch is, oh, the thing from the end. That sure was at the end of the movie. The writer really wrote this movie, huh? Should have known more about carpentry, I guess. Going back to what I said about him taking a bomb point blank, I want to talk about how inconsistent Batman's durability is. He can tank a bomb to the face with no discernible damage. He can get shot dozens of times and keeps walking. He can fall super hard on concrete and just limp it off. But he can't take one shotgun blast? One blast and he is knocked down and very hurt? How? I get that it's a shotgun blast, but come on, he could take all this abuse and just walk it off. Oh yeah, also immediately after, he gets electrocuted and falls into water. and he just gets up like nothing happened. This movie lingers on that shot for like 20 seconds, and he's just fine. It's another dumb superhero trope that people just forgive this movie for. This movie is not better than other superhero movies that do the same fucking thing. Sorry, I get really heated about this movie because I really want to like this movie. If you like this movie, that's fine. I envy you, really. It's just, this thing does so many things wrong and people just glance it over. Like, no, it's a problem. Embrace it. Anyways, the inconsistency isn't even the most annoying part of that. It's the fact that out of everywhere he gets hurt, he gets shot, none of the places are his face and that giant ass jawline. I get that this is always a problem with the character, he just always has a bit of his face exposed, but in most continuities, his armor isn't bulletproof. It is in some, like Batfleck again, which is another problem with that. But yeah, if this movie's going for a super grounded, super realistic take on Batman, which I just don't agree with that, like right off the bat, like it's Batman, make it like a fantastical world, but whatever. If it's gonna be super grounded, super street level, you know, like a super grounded detective movie, take everything into account. Make me immersed in this world. I can't get immersed when half this dude's face is just out. And the mask doesn't even look that cool. The mask ruins the suit. The suit looks cool. It's one of the best Batman suits, but the mask ruins it all. Plot armor has always been something that has plagued Batman's character. He isn't just a guy in a fursuit with people shooting at him constantly. You're gonna have a little bit of plot armor, but it has never been nearly as prevalent as it is in this movie. All the bullets this guy just inhales straight on, with not even a single one accidentally hitting his mouth, not to mention the shotgun spread not hitting his face. But all these can be seen in other pieces of Batman media. However, there's one scene in this movie that is the single most bullshit thing I've ever seen Batman do. When he's on the ground, unable to do anything, he pulls out this mysterious, never explained, never before seen vial of liquid that just gets him back to normal. This is so fucking stupid. It makes no sense with the plot of the movie. If there was a scene of him making the drunk, then that would almost have been justified, but there's zero explanation to this in any way, shape, or form. I hate it. Do you want to know what else I hate? Being able to see Batman's human-ass eyes really negates a large part of his character. But if he has whited-out eyes, then the actor can't portray emotion very well. First of all, yes, they can. It has been done before. Look at The Amazing Spider-Man 2. Look at Moon Knight. Look at fucking Deadpool. It has been done many times before. Secondly, not being able to see Batman's emotions is a good thing. Bruce Wayne is human. He is only a man. But Batman, oh yes, he is human, should be portrayed as far away from human as possible. He is a dark creature of the night. But being able to see his eyes only shows that he is just a man, that he is human. This is not how Batman should be. I will say Robert Pattinson does it the best. I enjoy his performance even with the human eyes. But my god, it could have been so much better if he was less human and more Batman. But the eyes look really goofy and it's hard to make them look good. Sure, there are times when it does look bad, but it has so much potential. Look at how intimidating it can be! The last thing I'd like to cover is one of the most important parts of making a Batman movie and comic book movies in general. The villain. The villain is the driving force of the movie and gives the main character their motivations. But what makes a good villain? A good Batman villain? Well, Batman has 4 key aspects. This has been talked about before. This is an original idea, but I don't know where it was from. The 4 aspects are combat, stealth, intelligence, and morality. A good Batman villain should challenge one or multiple of these aspects. Riddler, for example, challenges his intelligence. So this is a part where it is the actual plot of the movie that makes it bad. The Riddler is a good villain with a great actor behind him. The way this movie deals with him just gets on my fucking nerves, man. This movie makes the same mistake that Avengers Endgame does, where the main goal of the movie is accomplished. In this movie, it's stopping the Riddler, but feeling the need to add some Act 3 giant set-piece epic action sequence bullshit. When the main goal of the movie is accomplished, it drains the intensity of the final action sequence. I also hate how there isn't even a named villain for Batman to fight at the end. It's just him punching a bunch of Riddler tier 3 subs. It just feels so tacked on and meaningless, only existing to justify itself. Imagine if the Riddler makes a goon take his place in the prison and this goon gives Batman his final clue, and Batman finally figures out everything and goes to the action scene. This version is mostly the same, except Riddler gives Batman a challenge, where Batman has to do all these crazy tricks and puzzles while also dodging bullets. And then Batman and Riddler can actually have a face-to-face interaction, which they didn't really have in this movie. With a few corrections, the Riddler could have been one of the best villains in any comic book movie ever. It also just kind of irks me, like, what was his plan in prison? Like, you're in prison and the city's flooded. You accomplished everything you wanted to. How are you gonna get out? Like, you're not gonna, like, leave Gotham? What was his plan? Man, if only there was a movie that perfectly encapsulates the idea of Batman and what his character stands for. That's also a perfect movie overall. Oh wait, the Lego Batman is basically perfect. The story, the characters, the animation, BoJack Horseman as Batman, what more is there to ask for? This movie serves as a celebration of Batman. He has a perfect character arc, his relationship with the villain is perfect and kinda gay. The action scenes in the Lego Batman movie are better than any movie I've ever seen, unironically. And I know, I'm not the first person to say that the Lego Batman movie is the best. I do think I'm one of the first to say it's better than the Batman. Again, if you like the Batman, that's fine. I'm okay with it. I kind of like the movie. Like, I don't like it, but like, I can enjoy the visuals, the soundtrack, the performances. There's just so many things about this movie that I don't like that drag it down, in my opinion. But, you know, that's my opinion. And if you want to make some 3-hour-long dissection of why I'm stupid, please do. I'll watch the entire thing. Anyways, just let me know your thoughts if you liked or disliked this movie and why. And yeah, I'll see you when I make the perfect Spider-Man TV show. That might be a joke.